I got in a Nintendo Labo variety kit for my birthday. And I mean, I love Nintendo stuff, but like cardboard and these games look like crappy minigame collections again, except now with peripherals that are made of cardboard. But I tried it out. I've tried like the first two things, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So
Okay.
I'll do a little bit of show and tell here. I've got the RC car. So the tutorials in the game are really cool, and they do a really good job of explaining it. The cardboard, I don't know if you can't really see here. It's pretty thin cardboard, but it's also really sturdy. Nintendo has advertised that you can make you can remake these yourself with whatever cardboard you want. My concern is this is pretty good cardboard, like in terms of sturdiness relative to thickness. I don't know where you're just going to buy this cardboard or like get this from a box by default that came with whatever stuff you bought. But even like this dinky little car has some more features to it than I thought it would. When with the remote, you can actually independently control the frequency of each remote to make it move differently, or on certain surfaces, you'll need to speed it up or slow it down in order to make it go.
That's pretty cool.
The other thing is that the Joy-Con, it's positioned in such a way so that the camera on one of the Joy-Cons is on the front, and you can actually see what the camera sees. And so, I don't know, if you were away, like it's this weird green sort of infrared radar thing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it has this ability to read reflective tape. So if it sees reflective tape in the camera, it's just going to go in that direction. So you can create pylons or create tracks on the road where it'll just drive itself around.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And they have this other, like a timer thing. You hit the button and it plays this dramatic music for you to like race down your own tracks. And if the car falls over, then it blows up.
Huh.
So yeah, this one a little more neat than I thought. And it comes with two. So you can make two, race with your friends. But
so I have a question. How hard are they to put together?
This one took about 10 minutes. Not that hard at all.
Okay.
The other one I've done is this fishing game.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Okay. This took about an hour and a half, and it's rather elaborate. And I think this is the thing that really sold me on the whole Labo experience. Hold on, the video's about to round out. I'm just going to rewind that back.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So the thing that I find cool about this, like it's neat. It's cardboard. It's built pretty solidly. But when it comes to like motion control games, I find them not all that convincing because it's been like, wave this remote out in space and there's no tension or friction or anything like that.
Right, yeah.
With this, it feels like a fishing rod. You can hear the clicking. So there's actually a piece of cardboard that's like clicking on the inside to make the sound.
Like putting a card in your bike tires?
Yes.
Right.
It reads the motion of your fishing rod perfectly because there's like a slot for a Joy-Con here, and then it reads your winding perfectly because there's a Joy-Con here. I think the secret best part of this fishing experience is this box. Let me see if I can open that here for the camera. It's that. So there's a spool with a rubber band, and as you're pulling, like pulling the fish, there's actually tension because it's winding it back as you go. So when a fish bites and you start to pull and you're pulling back, it actually feels like you've hooked a fish.
They've thought of everything.
They did. And so as you're fishing, it gets really tense. You feel the bite of the fishing rod from the Joy-Con, and then as you're reeling it back, it feels like the fish is struggling with you, and it's a weirdly convincing experience.
That's pretty cool. I got to admit. You know, it's funny. Nintendo, they've always kind of got it on the innovation side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least they try, for sure. That's cool.
The challenge, I thought the challenge would be the cardboard, and it's not so much. Like it's fairly sturdy. Like sure, if you get it wet or like an overzealous kid's just gonna rip the thing apart. But like if the kids get tired of it, just recycle it or unfold it. You could do that too. In theory, it's probably a little harder than it seems, but the big challenge is actually the software. So the fishing game works. Like you just like go deeper and deeper into the ocean. You can try and catch small fish, big fish, sharks, but like there's not much to it beyond that. The whole point is to just catch 3 fish and try and get the heaviest combined weight between 3 fish.
Okay.
But like there's no game over state. It doesn't keep your high scores. There's no campaign. So all you're doing is just casually fishing and trying to catch 3 fish, and that's it. I would love to play like a like an arcade mode that had a game over state, or at least saved my high scores so I can compare it with my friends, but it doesn't do that, unfortunately. So the shelf life on the fishing game, and I'm gonna guess the rest of the games on Labo, is pretty short.
Interesting. So let me ask you this then.
Okay.
So without the addition of things like high scores or saving your games or all that kind of stuff, who is this targeted for? Is this a kids game?
It's absolutely for kids.
So then if it's for kids, could kids put these things together without the help of somebody else?
Maybe. I would say at least, yeah, parent supervision is probably recommended. There's a little bit of tricky stuff there in terms of like being delicate. You don't want to fold it the wrong way is probably the scariest thing.
Right.
It is perforated, so it does line up in a certain way, and that helps you out. But yeah, one bad fold could mess you up pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. It's a cool thing to bring out at parties, I imagine.
Though. Oh yeah, the fishing game has been amazing at parties.